come off as a dude that's punchable on the Twitter, right? And then I see you wearing freaking suits in the Bogota Central. Okay, Buenos Aires. I'm here. I've been here since middle of January, and I'm loving it. I've been looking for the perfect balance between Latin America and Europe.
Anything that someone wants that is in Buenos Aires. Super walkable. It's safe, unless you're, I don't know, it's pretty safe. Beautiful architecture, amazing cocktail bars, amazing cigar lounges, restaurants, and then you're also in Buenos Aires where you have the rest of the country that's phenomenal. It's really good, like you said, dude. For networking, it's unreal. Unreal for networking. Like, everyone there is pretty like-minded. No one's a like, just people doing business, doing just cool shit, which is a nice thing.
You are about to embark on a journey, not just through space and time, but through the very fabric of human perception. Imagine a world where the familiar becomes strange, and the strange becomes familiar. A place where the boundaries of reality blur, and the only limit is your imagination. This is a voyage into the heart of the unknown, where every turn reveals a new perspective, and every story challenges what you thought you knew. Welcome to Bold Perceptions, where we explore the myriad ways people see the world and discover that sometimes the most extraordinary adventures lie just beyond the horizon of our own understanding.
Back in Bold, another freaking, it's getting a little colder in Buenos Aires, but the sun was shining. In Palermo, beautiful little neighborhood. I'm with a kind of a new rock star on Twitter, a young gun shooting the shit, starting fights all over X in the little LatAm Twitter bubble. It's Graham from Canada, my amigo. How are you doing? You've been kind of wild on the Twitter lately.
Yeah, bro, I'm doing well, man. I've been, I don't know if I've been wild. I'm just been myself, but it's maybe a little while. But yeah, I started, man, tweeting like not long ago. Like I through traveling LatAm, I was always kind of seeing tweets and viewing whenever posted. I've been tweeting for fucking like literally 6 weeks. Maybe I count, it's like 6 weeks just tweeting. Yeah, it's fun, man. I like it. It's a good time.
It's an interesting, like, if you look at it from the outside, this niche bubble of gringos in Latin America, and you would read our tweets, you'd probably be like, what the hell is going on? But when you're in the little group and you're talking back and forth, it's actually pretty nice. A lot of good information, some crazy stuff, some weird energy, but overall, I mean, I've met a lot of good people from it. I've done a lot of fun stuff in person and on the line like we're doing right now. But tell me, where are you at right now? You're in Paraguay, right?
I'm in Paraguay. So Paraguay is probably top 5 most boring major cities in LatAm. I'm in Paraguay right now. I've been here for about 6 weeks. I got about 6 weeks left. I'm going to Curitiba. I guess we'll see each other there. But yeah, I'm Paraguay, bro. I'm actually enjoying it. It's boring, but there's a lot of pros to Paraguay.
Yeah, I mean, everyone and their mother pitches the residency thing. That's super easy to get. The tax thing, which you are eligible for being a Canadian. But the networking's decent. I mean, I heard, like the Central is dead boring. My other amigo is just there. But you said in the little Villa Mora area, enough malls, cafes, action to keep you somewhat, satisfied.
I don't know. It depends depends where you're from. So like for me, I'm from small town Canada. So that is like basically not only I'm from small town Canada, number 1, but number 2, where I'm actually from is Qualicum Beach Park, so you not know where it is. But basically those are the number 1 and 2 most elderly people per capita in Canada, out in all Canada. So literally, like, you go to a restaurant there and say me and you went to a restaurant there, it would be literally you and I, and then the rest would be 65, 70 plus. It's fucking insane. So for example, like if we were to go out, 95% of their closes at like not 7:30, maybe 8. So for me, it's dope, bro. Like, 'cause I'm from that background. But like after exploring more of the world, like Buenos Aires, Mexico City, all over kind of Latin America, there's stuff to do. Villa Mora, you can do stuff. Cham del Sol, some good restaurants, but it's not the same as a major city. But if you can have fun for sure, bro, for sure.
But mainly lock in and then the tax issue. Is that why you're down there?
Yeah, I would say for me, the main reason I came here was the tax thing, obviously, because I'm Canadian. That's the main reason I came here. But also as well for me, like I'm a guy that easily can get distracted in just different ways, whether it's when I'm single with women or just with even just just stuff. I get distracted. I like it here where it's just like you can't get distracted. Like literally I work, I play paddle, and I eat. That's fucking it, which is good for me. So it's good for work and good for business. Then also the taxes. Yeah, for sure.
Gotcha. And I think I just read the tweet now. You went down to Mexico for a sales party at 20 and then you stopped looking back. I mean, when I see you on the video, you look more older, but on the photos, bro, some of your photos, I'm like, how old is this kid? Like, in the way he's talking, but I like you a lot better on the video screen talking. But how old are you and when did you start coming down here?
I'm 23. So I'm 23 and turning 24 in a little bit. What was the second question? Sorry? It was
so when you first were 20 years old, you did the sales thing and you said, screw it, I'm coming down here. Let's roll.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. So basically that was part. Yeah. So I did from 18 to almost 21, but 18 to 20 basically, and almost 21. I did door-to-door sales in Canada. So snow, rain, doesn't matter. We were out there knocking doors 6 days a week. Did that in Canada. And I got really good at it. And so they always have sales. The President's Clubs are the best. Like our company's the best 10 salesmen go for like a fucking bullshit 4-day weekend in Mexico because they don't want us to not make money for the companies. We live for 4 days. First time ever in like the third world, quote unquote, and I couldn't fucking believe it, dude. I go to this club, we go to this club there. I'm like, this is fucking like I go from like in Canada, like like I always did pretty well with girls in Canada, but like I have to actually like try, and it was a mind bending. You probably had it's a mind bending experience. I had that experience, and then luck would have it, me and my buddy, we were both working remote on a sales trip after that, and he's like, dude, you want to just go to Mexico City? I'm like, yeah, let's fucking go. Broke up with a girl there and then went to Mexico City. So that's how it kind of all started.
I'm surprised not Playa del Carmen. There's so many Canadians there, but I think maybe a lot left after the Americans came. When I went there in like 2020, the Canadians were known as the expat group there, and they're a little ornery and angry that some Americans were coming in. But now I heard it's overtaken by the Americans. Is that true?
I was last in Playa, I don't know, a year and a half ago. I don't even know. I was there, but I was only in Playa for like 4 or 5 days, just a trip.
But there's a lot of you down there, no? Canadians are still there?
I don't know, bro, because so that trip was another kind of business trip. When I went there, that was my new company. So me and my buddy, like I'll tell you kind of the LatAm journey. So first I went to the President's Club and we went to, Puerto Vallarta. Then I got a new job, new kind of career. Then I went to Cancun actually for 3 weeks. I did Cancun for 3 weeks. And because my buddy was in Southeast Asia. And then we met, him and I, in Mexico City. And while I was in Mexico City for 3 months, we had another trip with the new company where we went to Playa del Carmen for like 4 or 5 days as well. So I don't know. I was with my buddies with work, so I didn't really check out much about who was there and all that, so I don't know.
So is it like USA where it's becoming quite common for dudes in their 20s to take off down south or in Europe? Is that happening in Canada, or are your parents and friends thinking you're crazy?
I don't know if it's common. I think I don't know if it's common. I might say it's common only because I know a lot of people now that do it, but I also met them kind of in this lifestyle. It's not common, and it's probably not even that common in the U.S. I mean, it is in some ways not. No, it's not that common. No one thinks I'm crazy. They understand, but it's not that common, to be honest, in Canada.
But life over there for the young dude is getting more difficult, right? You're not buying houses, you're not getting good wages or anything, right?
For sure, bro. I think it was one of the, probably Australia too, but Canada's one of the hardest places right now as a young person. Like, for example, so I'm from Vancouver Island, but close to Vancouver. And pricing's about the same, a little bit less where I'm from. But example, say you're in Vancouver. Right now, the lowest possible house you can buy in Vancouver is about 1.4 mil Canadian dollars. The lowest. That's like you would never live there. The shittiest house. If you want an average house, you're probably looking at $2 million. So the problem is right now is that the only people that can afford a house right now are rich foreigners, and then also individuals that make like it's about $250K a year and plus. But literally, bro, if you're a guy making $250K a year in Vancouver, you got a house for fucking $2 million. It's a $7K a month mortgage. Your $250K is $13K a month after tax. Like literally, even $250K a year is like minimum wage. It's like paycheck to paycheck after taxes. Yeah, it's tough, dude. It's tough for everyone. Like, I mean, there's places in Canada that are cheap, but like Toronto, Vancouver, it's hard, bro, for a lot of people, for sure.
Is there a lot of anger with the youth?
A lot of racism, I would say. Anger maybe, but like you probably see those videos even on your feed. Like I would say, is a huge amount of hatred for example, against Indians. Like, it is actually insane. And like, and I understand both sides. Like, on one side, I have a lot of buddies that are like dope ass dudes from their parents from India and all that. So I understand that side of like I like a lot of Indian guys. Like, a lot of guys are cool. But on the other side, dude, like, you go to a Canadian city and you're like, dude, I'm in Vancouver right now. Why am I a minority? Like, what the hell's like? It's like, this is fucking crazy. And then it goes like, oh, they're taking our, they're taking our jobs. They're not taking our women, obviously, but they're taking our jobs. They're taking whatever else, right? So yeah, but anger, yeah, I would say anger, racism, all that definitely is prevalent in the youth for sure. Probably the U.S. or probably all of the West, I would say.
I remember, like, I started tweeting again around end of 2023, and I was seeing a lot of these dudes start bashing Indians. I'm like, what do you mean? They've done great work for me. They're not bad. They're really cheap. Okay, sir, polite. And then it's like the last year, it's everywhere. Like the normies, everyone's making reels about them, shitting in the streets. I mean, it's like a full-on, psyop attack on them, and it's crazy, dude. It's getting wild.
It's crazy. I think what it is, bro, is I think it's when it gets so. I mean, one, it's a huge push on social media, but it's just when life gets so much harder, everyone wants to look for like an easy thing to blame. And then the other part is there is truth to it, like not truth to the racism, because again, like dude, like I have so many fucking people in India. They're super sharp. People online would hate to hear that, but they're super like good people. They're just great people. But the realistic thing is, like, as a Canadian or American or a European, when you look around and what you grew up in, like where you grew up, where it was super safe and it was just great. It was great in general. When you look around, you're like, what the hell? This is not only is it like way harder, this is a different civilization now. I understand where that comes from, but yeah, it's weird, man. It's wild times for sure.
Okay, obviously, when you went to that party, you had a thing turn in your head that excited you. But now, after 3-ish years, what kind of adjustment have you made living with the Latinos? It's a whole different ballgame. I'm from Minnesota, right? So we kind of have a similar background with lifestyle growing up and so forth. And down here, it's wild. Obviously, from Colombia to Argentina to Mexico, it's different, but still, that Latino flair is out there, and it's way different than what we were exposed to growing up.
For sure, man. Yeah, as far as adjustment, I would say the obvious answer, which is true, is there's a big adjustment from a service level. Like, that's like you go, it depends where. Some places, Mexico I actually found pretty good, but you go to you're in Argentina, you're there right now. You have to ask them for the check. Like, it's just like all the extra hassle. You want to get something done, whatever you want to get done. There's all these hoops. There's stupid rules. Like you're like, hey, let's just fix this. No, we can't. It's the service level. Another positive and also negative is, which I really like and don't like about here at the same time, is how positive and how happy and way less materialistic the general person is here. Right? Like, the general person here, man, they're fucking really happy. And it made me, when I was younger, I mean, I'm still pretty young, but when I was younger, like when I was like I started doing sales at 18, like basically right out of high school, I didn't go to university, did door-to-door sales, and like maybe like I did well. Like when I was 19, made my first ever $100,000. Like but it was because I was like fucking grinding and all that shit so hard, and like, it really helped me being in Latin America. Like, I used to have kind of an identity of, okay, you got no pain, no gain, work. I'm still big on work, but it allowed me to kind of start to enjoy life more, which I really appreciate from learning that from the people down here. But yeah, I'd say that, and then also the service level as well is a bit of an adjustment.
Yeah, I think everyone, the facade at the start is like, oh my God, the Latino, they're so happy and they make the most out of everything. I think the more you stay in it, the more you see kind of behind closed doors and what goes on. And, there's a reason too. Their doors are locked up, and they have barbed wire everywhere in different countries. But for the most part, yeah, man, like they get the most out of life. But I think a lot of people come in and they're like, oh my God, it's a fairy tale. And then they get stabbed in the back and they're like, oh shit, this is why this place is the way it is.
Yeah, I would say I agree with you, because it's at the end of the day, like, also you see, like, I mean, Argentina, so many of them are on fucking whatever it's called, like mental, whatever, I don't even know the name, but you know what I mean, like stuff for their like whatever, antidepressants like that. So you're totally right. I think it's more to really clarify, because I actually agree with that, is it's the priorities, like, meaning it's like in Canada and the US, Europe less so, but Canada and the US, it's so much priority. Everything is around work. Like that's number one for the average person, right? It's like, okay, that's number one. Like we're like, no, wow. Like for them, like family is a huge thing. Like it's these different kind of things, which really, yeah, it's been a good kind of happy medium for me to learn different values and stuff, I'd say, from the Latinos, which is a cool thing.
Okay, yeah. So give me a breakdown where you've been. First, tell me
Sure.
all the places that you spent at least a month in.
Sure. At least a month. At least a month. Let me start from. Okay, so Cancun was only 3 weeks, I guess. So I started Mexico City 1 month, or more. Mexico City 3. I'll just give Mexico City, Lima, Peru, Buenos Aires, and Medellin. Those are the 4, and Paraguay. Those are the 5 that I've spent a full-on time in. Then I've been to a bunch of others, but those are that I genuinely was like nomaded in, I would say. Those 5.
All right, let's hit them. Mexico City. Tell me I think you post about it a lot. That's like one of your top cities. I mean, obviously your first. It's your favorite. Okay. You don't think that's because it was like your first time and you're like, holy shit, I'm living this life and nostalgic, but no, it's really the real deal.
So I'll tell you the reason why. So I actually thought that, because I've been to the city and I was like, this is fucking amazing. Then I didn't go back till literally, I was back in Mexico City again, start of the year, and it just hit me. Like, I fucking love it, dude. I was there for a bit over a week, maybe like almost 2 weeks, a week and a half. It's my favorite, bro. Like, it and Buenos Aires are my 2 favorites. For Mexico City, why I like it so much is, for me, traveling, like what's important to me, because everyone has different importances. Like for me, I really love like going to a nice restaurant. I love going like nice restaurant, spending money going to a restaurant. I love that. It has incredible high-end dining. Like the whole Polanco area is fucking incredible. I also like an area that is safe. People are gonna tell you it's not safe, but honestly, I never had any issues in my city. But I like safety, the restaurant scene. I also
is more safe than Buenos Aires, you think?
I don't know. Buenos Aires as well, dude. Like I can't say. The thing is, I'm lucky where I've literally nothing happened to me. Like I think I'm knock
on wood. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood. Let me find some wood right now. I don't know what that is. Right here. Knock wood. But
there you go.
Yeah, I've been lucky. Like nothing like has happened yet, or nothing's happened. But yeah, I think it's about equal. I think Buenos Aires, I might even say is a little bit safer, to be honest. But it's safe, great restaurants, shopping's great. I love Polanco. I love Reforma. It's just something about it, man. The greenery. They shut down the Reforma Ave on the Sunday. I don't know, man. It's just that. That's just that vibe.
Have you seen The Man of Fire with Denzel Washington?
No, I've never seen it. No, I'm not a big movie guy. No.
Yeah, he's like a bodyguard of some rich Mexican family in Mexico City. You should check it out. I think it'll ooze the vibes you're talking about. Beautiful movie. Okay, so fine dining, safety. What else about Mexico City?
Let me actually put it into words instead of just what do I like? So, fine dining, safety. I like the shopping. Like the shopping is like high-end shopping's fucking incredible there. It and Sao Paulo are both the best I've been. Shopping, dining, safety. I love the walkability of the main areas. I didn't spend that much time. I know most foreigners fucking love Roma Norte. Not my favorite, to be honest, but I like the walkability of Polanco. I like living in Reforma. Yeah, I would say walkability, safety, fine dining, shopping. The rooftop bars are beautiful. Yeah, those are the main ones. And then also the neighborhoods, like that Reforma neighborhood, like that's one of my favorites in LatAm. I don't know why. And also and Polanco, those are 2 of my favorite neighbors in LatAm. So the neighbors as well would be on the list as well of why I like it.
Lima has been getting a lot of attention lately. You've seen that DGen CPA. That's like his favorite city. I met him there when he was there at the end of his stay. And I liked it. I mean, the pollution's terrible. The beaches are not great. But that Barranco area, I loved. Very historic, bohemian type vibe. Food is obviously probably top.
Yeah.
Now Buenos Aires is good. Obviously the meat and whatnot. But overall, I like the Peruvian food. And they love it for dating. Dude, every freaking dude is like, oh my God, go to Lima. And it's the best time in the world. I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time. So I didn't quite partake in it. But Lima was your next city on your stop. What do you think of Lima?
Yeah, bro. And shout out to DJN, man, TPS. He actually, I don't know how we got talking. Him and I were boys before he even was tweeting. I don't even remember how we became boys, but shout out to him because when I first started like 6 weeks ago on just tweeting in general, like I'm gonna start doing this like a couple times a day. I literally had, dude, I'm telling you, I had like 45 followers. 43 of them were bots, and he was one of them. And I was tweeting to a fucking I was literally tweeting to myself for the first I don't know.
That's what everyone does.
And then all of a sudden, all of a sudden I just tagged him in like a random shit post, and it was just I wasn't expecting anything. I was just joking around with them, and he replied. Anyways, that one post went pretty viral, and I gained 100 followers from that post. And you know what it is. Once you have people, then they start liking it, and that'll start to DJN. But yeah, Lima, dude, I like it a lot, man. It's pretty underrated in my opinion. I'm not a huge Bronco guy, to be honest. Like I don't know, a lot of people like I don't really like it. I like Miraflores a lot more. That's where I was. But I love it, bro.
Why? What is? I don't get. There's some cool bars and whatnot, but it's not that pretty, dude. And it's that one mall on the water is decent, but I would rather freaking stay in Central. I like Central, even though it's a smog fest and the traffic is terrible. But
I saw someone get fucking clubbed in Central, and that's one of the things I did see in Latin America. I saw someone get clubbed in Central. I'm like, holy fuck, dude.
But Miraflores, what's about it? It's so nice. Besides the restaurants.
Yeah, sure, bro. Yeah, so I think it's mentioned the vibe, bro. Like you would sound like for me, same thing in Argentina. I'm not a huge Palermo guy, like the Palermo Soho Hollywood. But as far as Miraflores, man, restaurants. When I was dating there, it's pretty good for dating. Like by the Parque Kennedy, like everything's kind of. I was living by Parque Kennedy, so everything's by Parque Kennedy. And then I'd walk over to the Larcomar, the ocean. I think it's kind of the same thing for me, right? I like a little bit more. Maybe I'm just the preppy guy. I mean, I like a little bit more upscale. Like I like having a lot of the best restaurants are right there. You have it felt a little more safe than Barranco as well. And then the same time as well, I like kind of, to walk to the mall. There's a nice Smart Fit in the water there as well, the gym. Yeah, I think it's kind of the same, dude, as the Mexico City, which is like, I like those type of areas, and that's kind of what Miraflores hit. It's walkable, it's pretty safe, it's a little bit more upscale, and then also the added benefit of like, the gym's pretty dope, the Smart Fit down there as well.
Wait, how much of this traveling have you done solo and not been with people?
Well, probably half and half. Lima was fully solo. Like I literally went there knowing no one.
That was the first time.
Yeah, because I guess Cancun as well. Technically, I was there for basically a month, like almost 3.5 weeks, I think. So Cancun, I knew no one. Went there for 3.5 weeks. That was my first ever time, kind of solo. Lima 3 months, and then Buenos Aires, I went knowing no one as well, and that was solo. And then after that, I met my girl in Buenos Aires. She's from Colombia, but I met her in Buenos Aires, and then we traveled to Paraguay together. We've done some other trips and stuff like that as well.
Okay, but hold on. Before we hit on that, Medellin, your next city,
sure, bro.
Tell me about the difference with the people in the solo. How did that solo vibe hit you? Because a lot of people can't handle it, or they can for a little bit and they go freaking nuts and they go right back home. So give me kind of the difference between being around a group and really being out there all on your own, no connections, nothing, like freedom.
There's pros and cons, bro, because there's for sure freedom, dude, but it also comes with what you said, the loneliness. Like in Lima, it was totally fine. Like Lima, bro, I was fucking chilling, freedom, solo, amazing. I loved it. And what ended up happening was when I was there for a month and a half, a few of my other buddies ended up coming down, so that was cool. But Buenos Aires, dude, I'm not a guy that really gets depressed. I went there basically my first 2 months. I was working a lot, and I was just, my only interactions was dating. No boys, nothing like that. And that got like hard, dude, honestly. Like I really was down. First time in my life I was down, and then I ended up meeting, I made some efforts. I ended up meeting a good buddy of mine. Like I met a guy I didn't know, we became good buddies, and then it was great. But yeah, dude, for me, pros and cons, but yeah, Buenos Aires was definitely tough, and Lima was fun though.
A very easy route to get lost in the sauce is not mixing in dude relationships, okay? Like I've done it a lot. Luckily, half the year I'm plugged into a community. I told you I'm a professional athlete half the year.
Awesome.
But when I'm not and I'm doing that and I just start dating and getting lost in the sauce and not talking to the people in person. So I got my boys. I can FaceTime. For the most part, that works. But if you don't have that dude to go back and forth with, things can go south really fast. And a lot of gringos, that happens to them. Yeah, I agree. Okay, so tell me, Medellin. That was the next city you spent a lot of time in. Infamous Medellin. Now, I just went there finally early January before I came to Buenos Aires. I did all the rest of Colombia the year prior, and I purposely skipped it because of all the hate, all the shit talking, gringo go home. But, man, it was great. I stayed in Lorelas, which I'm glad I did. I had friends in Poblado, so I went and checked that out. But it was very shocking, and it's still very good city. It's not gone downhill like everyone and their mother has said. So I went. I was actually next to Buenos Aires, but then next to Medellin. Dude, Medellin. I'm gonna say the opposite as you. I hate to say it. I'm gonna make a lot of people mad that watch this because people love it. It's one of the cities I don't actually love, dude. Honestly, I was surprised. I thought there's a few I really don't like. I don't mind it. I actually like it, but not my favorite, bro. I was actually mostly. It was different. I was mostly in Envigado, actually, is where I was a lot. Envigado. That's pretty far away, though, ain't it? Far, yeah. So it's a bit different. It's far, yeah. It's not that bad, but it's not like it's not so. It's like I think it's. I'm trying to remember. It's like 15. Why'd you choose there? Just because it's safe and it's like the high end. Actually, is my girl's family. They're there, so that was a different experience. Okay. Just told. That's why it's a little. So you're dating the high class in Colombia. You're dating the high class, not a barrio girl. Good for you. I guess so, hey. But Envigado. I don't know, man. I went a lot to Lorales. I went a lot to Provenza. Envigado I like, Lorales I like, actually. I'm not a huge Provenza guy. It felt like, to me, like an ugly girl, like an ugly girl that got plastic surgery and puts a lot of makeup on and tries to be pretty. Like, it's not, you can't compare, to my opinion, to like the best areas, Mexico City or Buenos Aires or I don't know, other places, in my opinion. But it was all right. Not my favorite, but good views, good weather, beautiful women. The ones I saw there, beautiful as well. So the Provenza, I did, I think, one night, maybe two, hanging out there. And for Latin America, I mean, it's almost like Cancun hotel zone. Like they keep that thing they think that they keep that thing under wraps, security. Like I see people just hammered, shit faced. So I'm impressed that they can keep that little bubble safe. But yeah, it's a weird vibe. Like I wouldn't like to go back there. And I can see why gringos go wild and get crazy in Medellin. Because if you experience this, like a lot of them, they come to Medellin the first time in Latin America and they're like, what the hell? This is super safe. I can do whatever I want. I'm a king. And then the second they get out of their bubble or even in their bubble and they go home with someone, boom, it's over. It's true. Good point. Yeah, it's true. So, but Medellin, the main negatives were what again? Honestly, man. And I think you're just saying this because Medellin Unmapped came at you. That's why you don't like the city. I have no problem with that guy. I remember we got into beef. He blocked me, but I have no problem, bro. I don't even remember. Yeah, I met him. I met him in person. He's not a bad kid. He's just I said kid because he kept calling you kid. I remember that. He's like kid. I was like, there's no point for this. We don't need to talk about it. But what was the negatives again about Medellin? No, it's no problem, bro. Yeah, no, I had no problem with the guy. But I mean, it is what it is. But it's funny times. But yeah, no, Medellin, dude. It just felt to me, man, like when I was there, I told my buddies this too, it felt like fake to me. And that might be more when I spent a lot of time in the Poblado area. I don't like that. Like it felt like kind of Miami, like kind of like a little bit, I don't know. It just felt a little kind of like, I don't know. That the nights just kind of fake to me. And I didn't feel in comparison to other places, it stacked up for me. Also, I was going there with a girl. If I was single, I might have fucking loved it. I don't know. But I'm like, dude, like Buenos Aires, I like way more. Mexico City, way more. I like Peru more. Like I like all these places. I went to Bogota as well for almost a week. Liked it a lot more than Medellin. Bogota? Yeah. That's okay. I don't like the weather. Like I need hot weather. The weather's fun. You're from Canada. Yeah, you should like hot weather, not cold weather. Dude. The weather in Bogota, I don't give a fuck about cold. Like, I honestly don't care. Like, I'm from Canada, that's why I'm here. And also because cold in Latin America is very relative to cold in Canada. That's another reason. But, dude, Bogota, the thing about Bogota, the only downside for me, there's a few, but one of the main things with Bogota, dude, is
The random fucking rain is horrible, bro.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that. I fucking hate chilling. I remember my first day there, where I was standing in the Park 93 area, and I was gonna take my girl out for a nice dinner. And we're like, okay, let's check out this like little park thing right by Airbnb. Randomly, I've never seen like it starts fucking torrentially raining. So that's the one thing about Bogota I don't love. But yeah, it's besides that, man, good restaurants. I like more Medellin, more walkable, good shopping, all this stuff. But
okay, Buenos Aires. I'm here. I've been here since middle of January, and I'm loving it. I've been looking for the perfect balance between Latin America and Europe, and I think this has a lot of the aspects. I think I saw you tweet that you came down here. You were going to be here for like a month, and then you end up staying a year. So tell me, tell me what's going on down here. And you stayed during the winter.
I was just goated. I could even put it above. Like the thing is, some of these ratings, like I throw ratings out there, and the thing is with ratings is they're kind of fluid. Like it depends on like anyone. It depends what mood you want. I could easily. It wouldn't be hard for me to put Buenos Aires above Mexico City. It just depends what I want. I just think for living, I like my city more because it's more Americanized and more Canadianized and all that. But dude, Buenos Aires is phenomenal. Genuinely incredible city. Anything that someone wants that is in Buenos Aires. It's super walkable. It's safe unless you're, I don't know, it's pretty safe. Like it's safe, it's super walkable. Beautiful architecture, amazing cocktail bars, amazing cigar lounges, restaurants, and then you're also in Buenos Aires where you have the rest of the country that's phenomenal. Like when I was there, I went to a lot of the country, Ushuaia, Bariloche, Mendoza, Mar del Plata, everywhere, dude. Like amazing city, amazing country. That's how I'd summarize Buenos Aires.
Have you lived in Europe?
No, I was in Europe. I've only been, no, but when I was younger. So when I was like in the summer, we went there a few times, but I've been to France twice for a month each. And then I've been to Spain for a few days. Europe basically for me is like, both those France times when I was under 15. So I don't really count it, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah. Buenos Aires might be more Italian than Italy, now,
really?
which is crazy. And it's like how this city it should have been how a lot of those major cities should have developed. Like I can see this totally being like Milan, like what good Milan. Besides like the historic parts, like the historic parts of Italy are freaking out of this world. But it's if someone wants that European vibe, and you want this time zone and you want that Latin spice. This city's got it, a lot of it. I'm starting to see some cracks, but like then I just went to Bariloche and I'm like, what the fuck? This is amazing. This is like Switzerland. You know what I mean? Like this is ridiculous. So, and the people, like the English is off the charts, like really good with the younger generation. Even some of the older people are speaking just fine with me English, but they're approachable on the streets. You can have easy conversations. Cause like, here's the thing. Relating to dating. Okay. Obviously the apps are super easy, right? In Latin America, but the best woman, like the nice, cool relationships are you see someone, hey, you're pretty, excuse me, let's get a drink sometime. And it's very hard to do that in like a Brazil or a Colombia, one for safety, two, because a lot of the places aren't really walkable, right? I'm not going to just free willy 2 hours in any direction like I can in Buenos Aires, right? Without worrying about getting robbed. People are also scared about getting robbed. So like just it's very Europe, or it reminds me much of Europe, even the prices now, which you didn't get to experience.
I did, bro. I did. So I agree with everything you said there, by the way. Fucking amazing city. No, I did. So I arrived. I was in a weird place. I arrived when it was, I didn't even know this in my head. I don't know how did I know this. I wasn't really following stuff. I arrived like the cheapest. Like I arrived September 2023. I left maybe October, November 2024. I don't know exactly. Maybe even, so I left like a year, 13 months later. So I experienced when I left, like dude, prices had the peso to dollar was the same, and prices at like 3x basically. So it's crazy now, bro, and maybe even more expensive now. I'm sure it probably is. It was crazy for sure.
Yeah, there's initial price shock when I first got here. Then you start learning the ways. Obviously, I like meat, I like vino, so that's still cheap. But I was in my head like, okay, I feel like I'm in Europe. I'll pay like Hakuna Matata, but.
Yeah.
When the people are making a fifth of what people in Munich make, and I'm paying more for a coffee in some of these cafes than I did in the richest neighborhood I was staying in Munich, it's like, this is crazy. Like this can't last. You know what I mean? But other than that, no issues besides this weather. Now this weather's starting to get cold. and I don't like cold weather. So I told you I'm heading up.
You're in
here.
Minnesota. What the fuck's going on? You're like cold? What are you
That's why I'm not in Minnesota anymore.
That's unreal.
I did 18 years of freezing weather. You know, I don't need to deal with it anymore. But yeah, Buenos Aires, it's good, man. It's good. I'll spend the rest of the month here, and I'll definitely come back. And then I got to plug. Did you start your residency? You were there for over a long time. You should have started it.
I need to. You should plug someone, and I should use them because I've been delaying, and I need to use someone soon and before I leave in like 2 months.
Dude, I got the best people. Like I've been hanging out with them for about a month and a half right now, and they've helped like 400 people in the last like, year and a half, and they're like very good price and everything. Legit people, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Hi, my friend. A lot of people, they get addicted to the crazy shit that happens down in Latin America, right? Some people get lost in the sauce. Some people can, know their boundaries, but there's always stories. There's always some weird situation that makes you think, holy crap, is this life? Is this real right now? Tell me something that hit you in Latin America.
They hit me like, is this real?
Or crazy.
Let me tell you something crazy. Something crazy. I'll tell you one of the wilder Latin America stories I have. So, I was going with my boy randomly. So this kind of summarizes Latin America in many ways, and it paints Brazil and just how crazy Brazil is as a country. So me and my buddy, I'd already been to Sao Paulo before that. Me and my buddy were going to Salta. We were in Argentina. My buddy Ben, shout out Ben Moore. We're going to Salta. And what happens? We arrived at the airport at like literally 5 in the morning or 6 early in the morning, and they say, "Hey guys, sorry, we actually overbooked the flight." Like, what the fuck's going on? Are you fucking with us? No, we overbooked it. Like, oh fuck. So we're waiting in the airport. Like, but wait, maybe you get on. So just go through. Maybe you can get on, and you'll see. So we're waiting for like an hour and a half. Like, oh, we're not gonna get the flight. So like, you know what? Let's just send it somewhere. We send it to Sao Paulo. We arrive in Sao Paulo. I already been there. My buddy hadn't. Just hit instantly. Like we arrive in Sao Paulo. I'm looking on one side of
the worst airport. I hate that airport so freaking much.
Oh, I'll start about that too. We're looking on the left side. I'm like, because I remember from the last time. I'm like, holy fuck, it's massive. He's on the other side saying, holy fuck, it's massive. I'm like, what the hell? He looks, I look, and it's equally as big on each side. We're like, what the fuck is going on? So anyways, we arrived there. Definitely a horrible airport. Not only horrible. When we arrived down, we're going to Uber. We touched down to go take a piss to the worst smelling bathroom of my life. Literally, someone had the shit. Like there were guys, their maintenance guys in there, and it was like a war zone. Like I don't know. It was literally like unreal. Anyways, it's just fucking horrible. Like we almost threw up. It's like genuinely a war zone. We leave there, hop in an Uber, we drive to the main area, and then this is where you see like the kind of differences in Sao Paulo. So this day was like kind of the luxury day, I guess. We go to this mall. I think you know the mall, probably even in Sao Paulo. It's called JK Guatemi. I don't even know that mall. It's like super, super nice. It's like every single store you can imagine, from like $1,000 suitcases with Rimowa to like Rolex, Louis Vuitton, everything. Everything's there. Like it's a massive mall. We go to super safe, beautiful girls. And then we're like, you know what, bro? Let's go get a cigar. And it was getting later at this point. I don't know what time it was. It was maybe like 10. We go get a cigar and eat in BB, Sao Paulo. And we're just shooting the shit. And the whole trip, I'm like, bro, I need to get a haircut. And sure enough, get in the cigar lounge. They have a fucking barber shop in the cigar lounge. Unreal. So we go upstairs, get a haircut, we're smoking cigars. Just total ultimate man moment. Like we're smoking cigars, get our haircut, a dope moment. We go there, we're about to leave, and we're talking to this Brazilian guy. He's broken English. We're like, bro, like it was my buddy's birthday, and he's like, bro, like where can we go to like find girls and shit, or like what's a good place? He's like, oh, guys, I'll take you to he didn't say take you. He's like, oh guys, it's called Scandalos. We're like, what the fuck are you talking? What the fuck Scandalos? We don't know what the fuck this is. He's like, oh, dude, guys, it's the Disneyland for men. The Disneyland for men. So we're like, oh, whatever. And then, oh, that's cool, bro. And then we go to leave, and this guy also is leaving, and he's a fucking nasty car. We find he builds massive apartment complex. Like he's a developer in Sao Paulo. He's got like a 150K, 200K car, like nasty car. It's a Maserati, but it's way more than that. He's like, guys, I'll take you. So we hop in this dude's fucking car in the backseat. He drives us like 15 minutes away to this sketchy ass or pretty sketchy area. And the whole time he's talking to me, he's like, dude, it's Scandalos. It's this. We're like, are we going to get robbed? I don't know. But it's Scandalos is this 3-story place. It's blah, blah, blah. So anyways, we arrived there and literally it's this fucking massive 3-story place. And it is the Disneyland. He calls it the Disneyland for men. Cigar lounge, nightclub, bar, more stuff. The whole bottom floor is like hotel. And I've never done, I didn't partake actually, but the most beautiful women of your life, and they're all escorts. So anyways, we go in there, my buddy's birthday. I personally, I don't know, I'd never been with an escort. I just felt, I don't know, I felt uncomfortable about it, to be honest. I didn't do anything, but that was just a crazy wild, one of the wilder, I mean, you've had a lot of wild days too, I'm sure, but just one of the wilder days in Latin America. So then we went home and then we had fun. It was the Carnival the next day in Sao Paulo. So we had fun there. But
yeah, that checks all the boxes. There's that saying, if it's too good to be true, whatever, it's don't do it. But when you're on the road traveling, I'm telling you, 99.9% of the times, take the opportunity. Like this dude, sketchy neighborhood, and wild stuff happens. If you got a good vibe, every once in a while you're going to got, and that's the price you pay. But I mean, look at the story you just had. You had the missed flight, then you're getting haircuts, smoking cigars, meet some Maserati in Brazil is like 5x VAT.
Yeah,
for
I think
that
like
car.
I think his car's probably, I think it's like 150, 200K. Like he's a total baller. That guy.
Yeah, and getting that into Brazil is almost impossible. Like you need to be a big dog. But yeah, that'll get you addicted to Latin America. It's experiences like that on traveling that it just, your mind gets, it's like you're not living in normal life. Okay. Out of the matrix, all that kind of stuff. It's true when you hop out of the normal routine and magic happens like this. Okay. It's a wild experience. You keep talking about cigars. I was a big cigar guy when I was 17 and 18.
Wow.
Like I would sneak into the local cigar lounge and talk with the old heads. And this, obviously in the first couple of months, like, who's this little young dork? Like this is before cigar smoking was cool. Like Andrew Tate made it, everyone was smoking cigars. But I was in love with Gordon Gekko, the original Wall Street. So I'm like, that's why I started smoking cigars. But and then after a couple of months, you're like, oh, this dude's kind of cool. And they just took me in. And I met so many people, learned so many things, like still stay in touch with them. I actually went back for Christmas. Yeah. This last year, first time for Christmas in 5 years. And I met up with all of them. You know what I mean? It's like a reunion. But tell me about that cigar thing. What are you smoking cigars for? And in Latin America, it's not easy either. I mean, they got shit sticks, and besides like Nicaragua, Dominican, all that. But like in South America, you're not getting good cigars without paying a pretty penny.
Yeah, bro. So I'm going to go on camera right now and say it. Andrew Tate is definitely the reason I started smoking cigars. 100%. Like me and my buddy, dude, we were seeing this shit like, dude, this is fucking crazy when we were like, I don't even know, 20, 21, or whatever. Like, this is fucking dope. So that was the first thing. But I mean, you know what it is? Like you go there and you smoke and you get a fucking gay ass picture. Don't even know how to fucking hold it. But then we're smoking it. We're like, dude, this is fucking awesome. So anyway, I smoked one in Mexico City initially. That was my first, that was my first real one besides graduation of high school. Smoked one there, didn't think, I was like, this is dope or whatever. And then me and my buddy in Buenos Aires were really good into it. In Buenos Aires, me and my buddy, another buddy of mine that I met there, really good buddy of mine now, Norman, we were like, let's go to Cigar Lounge. And we got into it. We were going all the time. And it got really bad. At one point in my life, not anymore, I was literally, dude, smoking like 2 cigars a day, dude. Like 2 a day. I don't know what was going on anyway. So I got into it there. Why I love it, man, is it's combines a lot of things I really like. So one there's you can smoke a cigar, and you know this, and it's like the solitude, deep thinking cigar, which I love. Like you have a cigar, you're thinking, you're planning, you're plotting, you're whatever, you're reflecting. Then there's a cigar like this, right? You and I are smoking a cigar, and it's a social cigar. But it's not like a fucking, but it's gonna be, we know it's gonna be 45 minutes to an hour. So we're not talking about surface level shit. We're gonna talk about deeper stuff, and we're gonna chat, whatever, just do cool shit. And the last thing I like is like the luxury aspect of it. I like having a nice whiskey as well, a nice cigar. You gotta go, bro. If you still smoke them in Buenos Aires, there's incredible. Like I would say, but if everywhere I've been in Latin America, if you haven't been yet, best cigar lounges are in Buenos Aires that I've been to. Like incredible. Really, really good. There's Prado Neptuno is really good. It's open till 2 a.m. 7 days a week, right in Recoleta, on Avenida Alvear. That one's good. There's Piso 15. If you've been there, it's a rooftop bar, cigar lounge, good for a date or whatever. There's Oak Bar in the Palacio Duhal, beautiful place. In Palermo now, there's a Casa Habano, there's Bellagio's, there's Volta Bajo, but there's a lot to check out, bro. If you're still smoking in Buenos Aires.
What about the networking? Did you meet any crazy
Amazing.
connects in these lounges?
Oh, bro, that's a good. I should. That's not why I always do it, but it's yeah, dude, insane. So I'll tell you a few. I'm sitting down for like a lot of network. So sitting down for a random cigar, and in Belgrano, and I meet this guy from Canada too. Funny enough, his business, bro. He's telling his business they're doing $70 million a year. 70 million. Like, what the fuck, dude? He's down. He has a patent for this thing with concrete, whatever, and he's down there. They're opening up a new thing in Argentina. But like, I met guys.
He's an Argentine man?
No, he's Canadian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, met a guy like that. Met a guy doing like, I don't know, a couple $100,000 a month in recruiting. I met all types of guys. Do you know Boca Juniors? Do you know the Boca Juniors? Yeah, okay.
Soccer.
What's it? Yeah, soccer. So it's like a huge team. Like, met a guy that's the biggest agent in Argentinian soccer, just with a cigar. Like, and it could go on and on and on. It's incredible. Like, for whatever reason, I guess because they're kind of expensive or can be, it's really good, like you said, dude. For networking, it's unreal for networking. Like, everyone there is pretty like-minded. No one's a fucking total pussy. Like, just people doing business, doing just cool shit, which is a nice thing about cigars as well.
Yeah, the cliche is it's a form of meditation. So, you puff and your problems go up with the smoke. No, I miss it. Then I started living in Italy, and first it was Denmark. So the cigar turned into cigarellos because it was quicker. There's still a nice lounge there. I would go in Copenhagen a lot. I met some good people. But I'm like, I like these cigarellos. It's faster. I can, smoke it pretty much anywhere. I don't have to, wait an hour to smoke it. And then I moved to Italy, dude. And in Italy, a spritz, a cigarette, the cobblestone, it's just the trifecta. And
I love it.
So I got into that. And then, but then I got away. I got the athlete stuff. And now I smoke the vape too much because it still gives me some hits of it. Still terrible for you. But no, the problem was a lot of these cigar lounges, they're selling shit sticks for like $20. I would get a $20 cigar. I could get freaking Fuente. I could get my mother's reserve. I could get Cohiba. I mean, shit, not the Cuban Cohibas, but you could get the Dominican ones wherever they sell in USA. So I'm like, why the fuck am I paying $50 for one of these shit sticks? So But all right, cigars. That came to my mind when you kept talking about that. Now tell me, working. What are you doing? I saw you had Biz Campaign on. Was that what it's called? Biz Companion.
Biz Companion. So. My business, basically, we do social media and a couple other things that I want to, for realtors. So in mostly in Canada, US too, super low ticket, but really great. Like, dude, we've fixed the churn. We're scaling hard now. I haven't had a client, I guess we as my employees, but I haven't had a client cancel, literally 6 months, dude. So we do basically all the organic. So we do Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, organic content for realtors. And then we also help them with the Google reviews with GHL, and then we also do the newsletter for them, and it's just $450 a month flat. Good business, dude. It's high margin, continuing growing, and we finally kind of nailed the fulfillment. Where now we're scaling hard, but that's what I do day to day. Yeah.
But before this, you were still doing online sales.
So
when you first traveled, and then how did you get into the entrepreneur space?
For sure. So basically, first 2.5 years, door-to-door sales. That was just strict door-to-door sales, just sales, all commission. Then I met a guy there, and he was leaving. He was a manager, and he was did well for himself, and he was leaving to start his own company. And he's like, yo, bro, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. I'll give you make you kind of a partnership model-ish, where I'd get 20%. Anything I brought in, I'd get 20% of the revenue reoccurring, basically. So I did that. That was where I first did remote. And I did that for 1.5 years. Unfortunately, we had just things didn't work out with that partnership. And then I moved on the last 8-9 months, where I've been doing my own thing, own business.
That's a big jump, no? You're overseas by yourself, and now you're saying I'm going to start my own business, or it kind of was fluid. You had enough savings to not stress too much.
Honestly, dude, I think the biggest thing is it wasn't that stressful, and the reason why is it could have been stressful. I'll tell you what happened, actually. I won't tell you fully in depth, but basically at the time with the guy, I was making like almost 6 figures, maybe a little bit in residual. So not in like in residual commission, it was 6 figures in residuals, just residual commission alone. And what ended up happening was he always told me, like, yo, don't worry, like this residual money is no matter what happens, it like it doesn't matter if you work with me or not, it's the residual money, right? It's your money, it's whatever, you've earned it, you've whatever. So I was like, cool. Like, hey bro, you know what? I had a great time working with you. I'm just decided now for me, I think I'm ready, and I think it's to like start my own business and do a different thing. And he had a virtual assistant agency is what I was selling, was we were placing VAs. And since I said that, like fucking he got super pissed, all that. Anyways, radio silence. No one ever responded from his team again. And then like that, all my income I had was just like overnight fucking cut to zero. So honestly, I know it wasn't that stressful. One of the reasons it wasn't that stressful is, yeah, I had some savings. I didn't have that much at the time though, to be honest. Maybe had like 20 grand, like not that much saved up. I was spending way more than I should have spending, to be honest. But I had like maybe 20 grand saved up, maybe 30 grand, I don't know. But it wasn't that stressful because like for me, from 18 to 20, I did the door-to-door sales were literally, dude, every single week. Yeah, I would have money in my bank account, but I would start with $0 right for the week and then make $3K. Start with $0, make $4K. Start with $0, make $2K that week, $3K, $4K, $5K that week. So I was used to, I knew I could do it, and I'd done it for fucking like 100 weeks or 150 weeks in a row where I'd gone from zero and made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grand. So it wasn't that bad. I just knew I had to do the same thing again. Got on the phones, cold called, and then that's it.
Yeah, that mindset's huge. That's a very similar mindset to surviving on the road by yourself, of little money. Like when I first started traveling, like how to budget, how to do different things, and then learning how to hustle for. Dude, I was staying in like dope ass places in Florianópolis, Brazil for like $400 a month, like on the water. Because I go walk around, and I see, oh, I like this place. Let me go talk to the person, and just spit game, and you just learn the ropes. Instead of doing dates at historic restaurants in Milano, you're taking the girl to the park, getting a bottle of wine to care for, and just that kind of scrappy hustle thing is like, shit, now you can drop me off anywhere. I can lose all my money and I'm still going to live good. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to have my little network, in a month, I might be running the city. Like, it's just a mindset thing. And a lot of dudes, I think, they think they need all the money in the world to kind of live the life they want to be or be the person they want to be. Right. But it's definitely, it's not materialistic, bro. It comes in the brain and it manifests your reality, as hippie as it sounds.
I agree.
But let me ask you this, because you've been a good dude. We've tweeted back and forth. I think you're a nice guy. I appreciate this conversation, getting to know you better. But like, you come off as a dude that's punchable on the Twitter, right? And then I see you wearing freaking suits in the Bogota Central, with the Dior belt. Tell me about this.
Louis Vuitton belt.
Oh, it was a Louis Vuitton belt. Okay. So this is like, tell me about this attitude. Where did this freaking come from? And because a lot of people are giving you shit, and it is like delusional. It reminds me of an American. I'm very delusional. My life has been crazy, chaotic, but give me into this mindset you have of being that bombastic. I mean, in Bogota, sketchy, even that area,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I think where'd it come from? I don't know, bro. I've kind of always been that way a little bit. Like, I just, I'm comfortable with myself, bro. Like, that's one thing which I think I'm lucky on Twitter. Like, I think a lot of people really, they really get sensitive. Like, if someone comments on their page and like they get really fucking, oh my God, like they get pissed or angry or I don't like it. For me, like, I mean, it's kind of maybe Minnesota too. It's the Canadian way, bro. Like we just fucking like chirp back. Like it's like a hockey kind of culture thing. I'm a hockey guy. Like I'll fire at you, you fire at me, bro. I'm totally good. You can. So like that never really on that side. Yeah, you're right. I have a few guys. I had the one guy you mentioned, and then I had like two other people. I don't know. It comes with territory. I think like just tweeting, like, and also
you did door-to-door sales.
Yeah, that helps too for sure, bro. Like it also, like I did that as well. As far as the kind of that's kind of as far as the stuff, but as far as the confidence or I don't know, whatever you want to say, the bombast or whatever. I don't know, bro. I think it's just kind of just who I am, dude. Like I'm not really like a lot of people I think really care about they really care about how they really care about like creating a certain image. Like, dude, that's just who I am. Like, I fucking, my fan, like I was always kind of, even growing up, like I like nice shit. I was lucky my family, like we weren't rich, but like upper middle class. So I always kind of liked that, where I'd have like nice clothes or whatever and all that. Yeah, it's just kind of me, bro. Like I like wearing nice shit. I like going to nice restaurants. My boys are more blue collar, give me shit all the time. I give them shit back. But yeah, just kind of who I am, bro. Like you'll if we pull up in a Curitiba, if it's cold, you'll see me rocking a suit. You'll see me rocking see me rocking like some cashmere, some shit. But yeah, I don't know, man. Just kind of who I am. And there's a small percentage of people that don't like that, and that's fine, bro. That's all good. No problem.
I think Paraguay will still have a lot of alpaca sweatshirts. I got one in Lima, you know, the alpaca cotton, and that beautiful, good stuff. I left it at home though, because I didn't think I was going to be living in a cold place in Curitiba. But try to get a couple of those and bring those to Curitiba. Those will rock good. I bet you can get some decent ones in Paraguay. But no, going back to your stuff, the chirping thing, yeah, that's big in our culture. You know, hockey's big in Minnesota, just like you, and not taking it personal. My big thing is like, I think the more you do this content stuff, the more it goes off your back. Like when you first start and you get one of these comments, you're like, what the fuck? Like, because no one says this to you in person. Okay, especially like I am an athlete. Like I was the quarterback jock guy. And no one's talking shit to me like in person. So I see this little dork on here, you know, going after me. But after a while, you're like, okay, this dude, whatever he's going through, he's angry and he forgets about it the next day. Like it's over. Like Hakuna Matata. So I think the main point is for anyone that wants to put themselves out there, I assume it's worked for you on the Twitter, meeting new people, you know, connecting. It's worked with me on the podcasting, the networking, everything is it doesn't fucking matter. Like, you know, put yourself out there. You'll get used to the bullshit that kind of comes with it and expose your life. But in the end, it doesn't matter. The only people that care are the people that actually fuck with you, that want to do stuff with you. And until you really blow up, you know, you're never going to have to deal with, you know, Kanye West type hate. Right. So it's a mindset that I think everyone put yourself out there. It's good for your mental state. Test your ego. You know, get bruised and things will be good. But I like that about you, okay? Like I saw that. I used to wear suits all the time. I have
like who's this Canadian scumbag here? I get it.
No. It was more like your face. I'm like, dude, this guy needs to get knocked out. But like, it reminds me a lot about. Like I'll send you an article after this about what I did in high school. I was rocking suits my senior year. I was like, fuck it. You know, I watched Gordon Gekko, the Wall Street, and I was picking up like dope stuff in Minnetonka. You know, Lake Minnetonka?
I don't know. No, I've never been.
It's like a famous lake. Prince talked about it. Bieber's there and rich people everywhere. So you go to like the vintage thrift stores and you get Armani suits. I'm like, this is dope. Why don't I put these on? So I resonate with that delusional thing. Speaking of this, okay, because you remind me a lot about an American. What is going on right now? How do you as a Canadian feel about Trump trying to take you guys in? Are you going to fight or what?
Let me just respond to the one thing, sorry, because I think for people watching it, I think also for someone starting out, whatever, tweeting, whatever, I think something to learn that I learned as well is I should have clarified that earlier, is like, I'm used to in person, like, dude, like when we see each other in Curitiba, I'll bust your balls, you'll bust my balls, like, it's like, that's a better thing in person. But I would say for someone starting out, like, I learned that the hard way myself, and you probably learned that too, is the actual strategy on X is to not, like, if someone fires at you, is to not go hard. Like, what they're looking for is they're looking for that. They want to feel they got under your skin. Like, that's what they want. They want to really, like, feel that, and they want the attention. That's what I learned. Like, when I first started the account, I made a cardinal mistake, dude. Like, a mistake that, I don't know, I didn't even know, because I never really, like, I'd used Twitter, but I wasn't really following it. People would tell me, dude, you shouldn't do this. Like, I post my girl, she's a good-looking girl, but if you post your girl on Twitter, bro, you are expecting some shit. Like, you gotta expect some shit. I didn't know, dude. I was just like fucking post. I'm like, oh, this is gonna fucking bang, dude. I'm like, I know this is gonna fucking bang. Post my girl, it got a bunch of likes, like 300 likes, like, and then you get, I got one dude fucking, which actually a good dude. We started talking after. It's a cool dude. We got like quote tweeting me. I got some dude in my comments saying, dude, she's a fucking Peruvian street sweeper, like all this shit. And that initially, like, is like, it wasn't about me, and I reacted, and actually it was fine because he had a lot of followers, I gained followers. It was a win-win, and we would chat after. He's fine, cool guy, but like, that's what you should not do. Like, anytime now I get any type of like negative comment, I just say, hey man, appreciate the feedback, thank you, and then there it's gone, and it doesn't, because if you bring energy to it, it just more and more and more and more. So I say on that,
bro. Agree and amplify it. So whatever stupid shit they say, be like,
Yeah.
yeah, times 10. And then they're like, damn, I sound like an idiot. Like, and it's like a joke. You know what I mean? Like, oh yeah, she's not just a street sweeper. You know, I picked her up at some freaking, you know, whorehouse in Lima. You know what I mean? Like, and they're like, whoa, what? Like, and just to fuck with them.
Yeah,
you know? Like
for
they're
sure.
losers. A lot of them are. And everyone is fuck the baddest bitch online. So like, you know, you can have the most beautiful woman in the world, but no, her teeth are this way, or I bet she does this, or I mean, they're all mentally ill. There's so many mentally ill people online.
I agree. And it's also the one thing I noticed, like most Anon accounts, it's not that, but like one thing I notice is when I see even other people, it's not even like, cause I'm lucky, dude, honestly. Like you're right. I've had a few. I had that one running with that. I wasn't even running, dude, honestly. I wasn't trying to, like, I was just giving my feedback, but I had, I guess, that one running with that, I don't even, Medellin guy. And then I had the one other. Besides that, bro, like honestly, I'm pretty lucky. Like, there's not really many. I don't have many hate comments, but I seen other people's pages, especially in mine, a little bit too. It's typically always the Anon accounts, which it's a weird, interesting thing. It's always the guys that, because the thing is, like, if you comment negative, like I see some people comment other people's page, if you comment negative on someone else's page and you're commenting without your, it's a lot easier. It's kind of like the thing you said in person. Where like in person, no one says shit to you, right? They're not but it's very easy when they say shit to you anonymously, right? So I noticed that, but yeah, I mean, as far as the 51st state stuff, I'm a little bit different than a lot of Canadians. I'm gonna quickly one side. I'm a bit different. Like for me, I think I don't want to say more balanced. I'm just less black or white in that issue. Like I know it maybe sounds crazy. Like a lot of Canadians are super against it or super for it. There's pros and cons, bro. And a lot of people are super against Trump and super pro-Trump. I think personally, I like Trump, to be honest, but I think the problem with Trump that could happen is he is super if he does too much with the tariffs with all the countries, it could be bad for the US, because then all of a sudden you have the rest of the world versus the US, which is not ideal, because the dollar, a part of why the dollar is so strong is because of, you know, kind of protecting countries. But as far as for state, bro, I just don't want, one, I'm a proud Canadian, and then number two, I do not want citizenship-based taxation. Fuck that, dude. I do not want that. So that's my main reason. I do not want to be getting taxed on all the income I earn. So yeah, man. I mean, I don't know. I'm proud Canadian. A lot of pros though, to be honest. Like it's just thinking logically, like Canada last 10 years, dude, has gotten worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. Like 10 years ago, we were totally on par. You guys were 10x us, but because of the population, like we were. Income was the same. Everything was the same, really. GDP growth was the same. It was all really similar.
Plus, you had decent welfare stuff, like the free education.
Yeah,
hospital
free,
stuff, right? You had all that.
Free healthcare. You're right. Like, we had that. But now, I mean, it always has been the case, I guess. But the U.S. job market is way stronger. The dollar is way stronger. We used to be 1-to-1 for a while. Actually, even for there are years where Canadian dollars worth more than the U.S. Like it's like. Dollar stronger, job market stronger, salaries are higher. That's why a lot of people I know welcome the idea. I just think for me, I'm a proud Canadian, bro. Like I don't like what we've done the last 10 years, but like I'm fucking proud of like where I come from, and yeah. And also I really don't want the citizenship-based taxation as well. That's another big part. So.
Good take. Last thing here. Top 10 tips for the gringos coming down to Latin America. What do you got for me?
I would say first one I would say is realize that you have a lot of advantages. I think a lot of guys come down and I saw a tweet by another guy I really like. What's his name? Nomad GIST.
Nomad East. Vinny, Australian.
We go back and forth a lot. He's a cool guy, and it's hit the nail on the head what he said. Show it to him. Which is a lot of guys bring in their identity, their past identity to Latin America. Like I'm lucky, to be honest, and I'm sure you were a quarterback. Like I honestly always did well with girls even in Canada, but there's a lot of guys that come down here and that wasn't the case. And so they come down here and they were, you know, not getting that many girls or whatever stuff. It's realize that like you're going to Latin America, bro. You earn more than the majority of people there. You're top 10%, 1% income earner. Girls like you, and then they still end up like dating a girl that they don't want to date. I think like realizing that and acting accordingly and like raising identity. That would be one thing I would say if someone's coming down here, like go into it with a winning mindset and go in like how I kind of approach life, which is kind of delusional maybe, but like when I was single, I would go any girl I'm talking to, I would approach it with she wants to give me her number. Like approaching it that way is way better than approaching it the other way. That'd be a long-winded tip one.
not only the money thing and whatnot, but they're exotic. Okay, like you come down here, you're different, you're unique, but you're 100% right. Dudes have a lot of limited beliefs, and all of a sudden they start getting some attention. Usually from the bad types down here, and they get lost in the sauce pretty quick. But yeah, you need to come down here and get delusional really fast. But then on the flip end, if you start coming in here with conquistador mindset, like, yeah, okay, it can work, but you're probably going to get in trouble. So try to still fit in with the culture, understand different things. But yeah, like anywhere, you should hold your head up high. And delusion's not delusion until reality slaps you in the face. Okay.
True.
A lot of the times what you think in your head is reality. So push the boundaries until, the car kind of goes off the road. Okay. Just don't crash, don't die. But yeah, be delusional. It's good for people.
You give me one, and then I'll go next.
Okay, you don't need to be 100% fluent in any language to start your journey. I lived in Brazil a year and a half, spent a lot of time in Mexico, Colombia, Peru, probably 2.5 years of my life in Latin America. And my Spanish and Portuguese is very minimal, okay? And a lot of people are so worried they're going to get lost and they can't buy food at the grocery store, or, they can't date, any of that stuff. It's not true at all. A lot of people, especially the high class down here, speak English, okay? You can get around with your hands with Google Translate. Obviously, if you're an extrovert, you need to talk to someone 24/7, you're going to have an issue. But I like it, surprisingly. And when I settle down and I buy a place, I'm going to learn the language because I understand it'll unlock a lot of different things for me and it'll be beautiful. But I like being in my own bubble. Okay. Like when I walk down the street and I hear other people speaking Spanish and I can't understand, Hakuna Matata. Like I feel like I'm in La La Land. Okay. So a big thing a lot of do is before you take the jump, they think, oh my God, I got to have 10,000 days on Duolingo to survive down here. It's not the case whatsoever.
I agree, dude. I like that. So how's your Spanish now? Totally. Like, is it, out of 10, would you say? Like, is it conversational? Is it minimal?
Minimal, funny, okay. Gringo type, Spanish, yeah. English.
It's a good way, bro. Like to add on that really quickly, like for people that are that way too, like I spent my first probably year with like what you have. Dude, it honestly works. Like I can't even tell you, this is kind of a crazy thing. And I don't know if you've ever done this before. I ripped a lot of Google Translate dates. I'll be honest. Like I ripped a lot, dude. I ripped a lot.
Bro, it's all about vibes and body language. That's all that fucking matters.
Like I'm telling you, you guys, I don't know how many times, I'm sure I guess don't kiss and tell, but there are a lot of times I never even spoke to a girl in the language before we close the deal. So it doesn't matter, honestly. Just order a restaurant.
The problem is this, yeah, if you want to be a womanizer and everyone does that kind of stuff and Hakuna Matata, but you're not going to be able to necessarily prolong the relationship. Okay?
For sure.
But if you want to fuck for a couple different times, and okay, that's great, but then it's going to be like, damn, this is difficult, right? But yeah,
sure, dude. Yeah, I agree. Like it's you should, not that you should learn it, but also the thing he says, I was surprised. A lot of girls do speak English. The higher class ones, better looking ones, or even if they just were into kind of American movies or stuff, they speak it. But yeah, that's cool. So 2 tips. Let me fire up a tip. I would say don't be a retard in the sense that don't be a retard safety wise. It's really not that bad. Honestly, it's not that bad, but some, especially Americans, they have that American confidence. I don't know, but they have their fucking Rolex on. They have they're flashing money. They're doing all these things that you just should not do. I would say just don't walk alone too late at night, or try not to in a dangerous area. Stay in the best areas. Don't flash valuables and you'll be fine. But just don't be a retard in a third world country. If you have a watch that's worth a year's salary, I wouldn't wear it.
Yeah. Awareness. Okay. If you have any sort of awareness, it's totally fine. You're not seeing it now. I dress very nice. Okay.
Yeah.
I lived in Italy for 2 years. Like it has a massive impact on me. Yeah. I told you I was wearing suits before, and I think that's
you. Post a photo of that. I want to punch you too then.
Well, I said I was wearing suits, not in overseas, but you're not going to get killed and robbed everywhere. Like if you're stupid, and it's going to happen every once in a while. I got robbed in Belo Horizonte, but it was just for a necklace, and it was totally my fault. Completely idiotic gringo, lost in the sauce. But the 4th tip to counteract that is don't lose who you are or
Yeah.
try to like dress down and be okay. No, I'm gonna fit in, and I would be totally like the locals. Of course, be respectful of their culture. I love different culture, learning about it, but I want to fucking dress nice. Okay, I want to walk the streets. I want to be who I am. I think it says a lot about a society, a lot about a person, how they're looking, if they're dressed like a slob or not. Like it makes me feel good to clean up in the morning and go out of the house. So I think my fourth tip is, okay, don't just come down here and think I need to assimilate right away. No, that's what makes you unique. Okay. Understand the culture, respect it, but also, put your head up and like, yeah, I'm from here. I like this. This is a big thing. I tweeted this too. A lot of people, when they first start traveling, especially Americans, they're like, oh my God, because they see different things, different ways of life. And they're like, damn, maybe the propaganda we got fed, we're the greatest thing in the world, our best country, our life is the best, isn't necessarily true. So then they go in with the locals. Yeah. America, no healthcare, all we do is work, there's crime, there's drug addicts, it's a crazy place. And they join in with these locals. And subconsciously, I'm telling you, these locals are like, bro, you hate where you're from? Like, were you a loser back home? Like, why are you so like this? They'll agree with you. They'll, oh yeah, I'll egg it on to make themselves feel better. But be proud of where you're from. Like the more you travel, the more you appreciate, the Canadian suburb you lived in, the cold weather, the nice people, the friendliness. Like, don't be a bitch. Like, no one respects someone that hates where they're from. It's disgusting to me.
I agree. And just so you know, are you then with the style thing, are you kind of recommending like wearing a suit in like Bogota and La Candelaria, maybe with like a Louis Vuitton belt? Is that what you're kind of telling the audience?
Dude, you were like bald and bankrupt. Bald and bankrupt went down to like, I forgot where he was. He was in some favela wearing a suit in Latin America. And I think it was Bolivia, some bad. And I was like, what? I saw that video. I was like, you're freaking wild. But no, like if that's how you feel and that's how you want to vibe, like do it. Like that's big balls. If you can pull it out. Here's the thing. Some dudes, it's like Johnny Depp. Bro, if a random dude wears what Johnny Depp does, they can't pull it off because they don't have the confidence, right? But if you, put your crotch out and put your head up, like you can pull off Johnny Depp, like all the chains, all the different leather and all that. But no, just like however you like dressing, your style, rock it,
That's funny. Yeah, I agree. I would say tip 5 is don't underestimate the importance of a male social circle. Don't underestimate that. I think I've made that mistake. I'm sure you probably have as well. It's like it's all girls. You need that male bonding. If you want to create that or get that for yourself, I mean, Twitter's a good place to meet like-minded good buddies. But Twitter, cigar lounges, gyms, sporting groups, WeWork, MMA, all that shit's good to meet like-minded bros because it's you almost need that, in my opinion, if you're somewhere more than a few months. I think it's you need that basically.
All right, tip number 6, and I think you tweeted it. You said I think a golden rule for you was to not drink during the weekday. Okay,
that was me,
and I don't necessarily follow that.
I don't partake in that actually. I just watched that, but getting
lost in the sauce is the quickest way to end up dead, broke, and back home. Okay, so you need to get disciplined, right? And I think that's a good rule when you first start going out. Well, you're living normal life. If you want to live this type of lifestyle, this digital nomadic life, you need to act like you're a normal life. Monday through Friday. I'm working, I'm hitting the gym. Maybe I go walk around, explore a new part of the city. Just to get out. But then the weekends, okay, have your fun like you do back home. That's a great tip. Like until you start understanding things and knowing how to operate. You cannot be in vacation mode. Too many dudes, they go on vacation mode because it's dirt cheap. There's a lot of beautiful women. It's walkable. Bars are everywhere, right? You don't have to go 40 minutes to the city, from the suburb, wherever you're from. So don't get lost in the sauce. Tip 6.
Cool. I was going to say, man, I wouldn't have said shit, but if you were saying you don't drink during the week, I was thinking, weren't you just saying you had wine? I would have kept silent, but let me see. That was 6. Okay, 7. I would say for the first destination you do, it depends on the person really, but I would recommend choosing one of the staples. Don't go to some random fucking place. Like, go to Medellin, go to Mexico City, go to Playa del Carmen, go to Buenos Aires a little far. Like, go to one of the main places just because it's still different. It's still a lot different than back home, but it's not so different that it's going to be mind-bending. There's still English. Like, I would recommend for the first place, go to one of the kind of main places, and then from there venture off to more crazy places.
Yeah, get your feet wet. Tip number 8, you need some anchors in your life. Okay. What I mean by that is a morning routine. Okay. A nightly meditation. You need something to center your brain because you're doing different places. Your external environment is always completely new for the most part. Even if you're staying in a city for a month, there's some new shit that happens here and there. You don't grow up here. So have some anchors that can make you feel home in your brain. Okay. For me, it's morning affirmations. I write, I meditate every day. A lot of dudes work out. Me too. That can keep you with a sense of peace and stability in your brain.
Yeah. I would say number 9, my last tip, is know what you like in a city, and know that quick, because that's one thing's helped me a lot. Is I'm very clear on what I like in a city, and it's why, like, these days now, almost wherever I go, like I know I'm gonna like it, and I like it right away. So meaning, it's nothing. There's no right or wrong answer. Like for me, as I said in this podcast, I prioritize kind of like dining, safety, walkability, some shopping, stuff like that. I prioritize that. Some people, like, their main thing is literally just girls. That's fine. That's whatever you teach them, whatever. But like, what is it that is the most important thing? Is it girls? Is it safety? Is it nightlife? Is it whatever? Prioritize that, and then I would recommend picking cities based on that, because you're gonna have a way better time. It's like the whole saying, like a fish can't climb a tree. You like, but a monkey can, or whatever. You just go where are your strengths, where you like, and you have a better time than trying places that you might not like as much. That's what I would say. But explore everything, but that's what I'd say.
Yeah, not bad. But yeah, definitely get lost in the sauce and something you're not expecting, because then you find out things that you didn't think you wanted before that you would like. My last thing, the 2 is 1 is done. You need to be stacked on the laptops. Have 2, have a lot of different credit cards, no foreign transaction fees, multiple phones, burner phones, just like the main shit that happens. Like if it gets stolen or it gets lost, it breaks. You don't need to necessarily replace it right away, because down in Latin America with the isolationist economies, 1, it's way more expensive. 2, it's a bitch to get. You're going to get pushed off your work schedule. So definitely 2 is 1 is none. Don't get crazy with 4 or 5 different bags packing, because you need to get minimalistic if you want to move around a lot. They say, what you own ends up owning you, and that's definitely true on the road. You realize you don't use any of this shit. You use a handful. I've lived off of fucking one of those handheld travel suitcases for like 3-4 months at a time. You know what I mean? Now I just do 1 big bag and the travel carry-on in my backpack, and I could go years on end with no issue, right? But then again, like saying this, still get souvenirs. Okay. Everyone says, oh, I don't need these stupid, whatever. At least get 1 thing from every place you go. And then when you stop back home or people come visit you, give it, to them so they can bring it back home, because you're going to want that shit. Like, as many experiences you live and have, like, you want some memories from the time you've had as well. So that's 10 tips. Those are good tips, my friend. Really good. But I got to get a dinner here soon. It's been a pleasure having you on. I assume people can message you, talk, ask for advice, whatnot.
Yeah. Just no talking shit to me. That's it. No, I'm joking. Yeah. You message me, send me a message, whatever you want to send me, send me a message or whatever. That's awesome, man. Appreciate a chatty, man. And I look forward. We'll chop it up and have some good times. We'll grab a cigar or something and chill when we're in Curitiba.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited now. We can do a lot of cool vlog action. And how long do you plan on staying?
3 months. I'm going to do 3 months. These days now, I'm basically I'm like a 3-month guy. Get a routine these days. Yeah, 3 months.
Good. No, it'll be a lot of fun. And I look forward to more crazy stuff on the Twitter. Okay. Yeah. Not as many fights, but it's been a pleasure hosting you, and definitely have a good night, and we'll be seeing each other soon. Okay.
Okay, bro. Cheers. Enjoy the dinner. Enjoy the time with your family and all that.
Ciao, my friend.